the structure. One by one, how you should ideally be going about them. I'm just sharing my screen at the moment. And so here you have the introduction to the course. Second is computer fundamentals. Basically, I am showing in this computer fundamentals. This is optional. In this, basically, I am talking about the very basic about how the computer architecture goes about and what are the various input devices, output devices, and stuff. Since this is actually a part of the 11th standard syllabus, so this will be useful for students who are, going in for the 11th and 12th standard classes. Otherwise, this is as per your choice, you can opt out of it. Then there are flowcharts. Flowcharts is ideally, it's better if you go through the entire class, because flowcharts basically talks about how you go about designing the flow of your program. So after showing your entire program in a flow with the help of basic diagrams, because in computer you can take the terminology, every action that we do is depicted in some diagrammatic form. So for input, for taking in instructions, you would have some diagrammatic depiction. For decision, you have again some diagrammatic depiction. So it's all that. So flowcharts talks about how do you actually go about describing the flow of your program. So it starts at the instruction level and the actual output expected out of your program. So this session would be useful. Should be going through this session, and C++ basics onwards comes the actual course part. So this course is, since it is on C++, it talks about the very basic of C++, how it started and what was the predecessor level. Will be actually a continuation of the same OOPS concepts that we are starting in C++ basics. And we move on to variables and operators from here. So variables are actually the data that we're storing for our program. So operators that act upon this data. Scheduled functions needs to be scheduled. It's not yet I'm not yet taking this as a recording, although definitely we'll cover assignment, statement, assignment operators. Assignment here is actually the assignment operators that are out there. Then encapsulation is one of the concepts of OOPS, basic pillar. Although this introduction has been covered in the basics class, I have introduced the concept to you with various examples. But in this class, we'll be taking encapsulation with various examples, and assignment will follow after this. And inheritance is a class which has been recorded already. There are two classes on inheritance which are available as recorded classes for you with ample examples. Alright, and then we have polymorphism, and polymorphism, although again covered, the basic gist has been included in the basics class, and there is some polymorphism going along with inheritance also, but I'm covering polymorphism in another class, which is again needs to be scheduled, which will be which will be actually recorded in a couple of days from now on. And the assignment again, so this is the basic assignment that you need to be completing. So the assignment will be provided after this class. Similarly, I guess this assignment also is about the assignment to be provided, not the operator. I don't know how I got the idea of operators here. So here this assignment will be provided again after these three classes. Okay. So why I'm giving an assignment here is, this assignment will be a complete assignment on covering all this, the functions and arrays and loops and control flow. Again, this example will be a complete test example of the various other concepts. So this assignments would be like, you can say, mini project kind of an assignment where you'll have to be doing some 3-4 things together. Alright, and then we will be covering abstraction in detail, and then this is a recorded class already, that is C++ for class 12, class 11 part 2, this class, having the title C++ for class 11 part 2, is ideally a class on constructors and destructors. You, although the class, when you open the class, you will see the title constructors and destructors, but as part of the, you can say, caption in the list of recordings, this appears as C++ for class 11 part 2. So you can cover this particular class in this order, alright, meaning you can take it towards the end. And after this, there's a class on copy constructors, which is again recorded and kept for you. So you can go through this after we cover all this. And then you will be having an assignment. This will be more or less a complete assignment of almost all the concepts. Then we'll be taking file handling, about a class on files and how do we work on files and how do we store data in files. Then there will be a class on data structures, and finally there will be a complete project with all the assignments. So I hope with this session, the flow will be relatively clear and you'll be able to get more out of this class. So